Today on Ontario Firewood Resource.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. You are aboard the Avro Lancaster 4-engine heavy bomber from the Second World War. This will be a rare treat for passengers, as there are only 2 flight-worthy Lancasters in the world. After takeoff, we will be doing a flyby for the guests on the tarmac, ascend to an altitude of 5,000 feet, and make our way to Niagara Falls, then head north to Toronto, and then loop back to home base at the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum. So fasten your seatbelts and extinguish all cigarettes. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're just about to witness engine fire up. This is the Avro Lancaster, the heavy bomber of World War II that was used in Britain. We're checking the flaps now.
Russian gulag is what's trying to work
Just to give you a history of this plane. This plane was used from 1942 and on in the Second World War and was involved in many bombing campaigns that were done on Germany and other targets that the Nazis had all over Europe. The Dambusters Raid involved using bombs made out of barrels that were dropped from the plane at a specific altitude, at a very low altitude, to destroy the Nazi dams that were in the industrial areas of the Ruhr River in the heartland of Germany. And what they did was they put a backspin on these bombs inside the plane so that when they'd skip across the water and hit the dam face, they wouldn't bounce off. They just spin and backspin and keep up against the dam, and they ended up blowing many dams in the middle of night through winding routes that they had to go through. They couldn't do direct runs, so they had to do at an altitude of 60 feet, and they had to fly in through all the curves and the hillsides to drop these bombs at the right altitude. So it was a very risky mission. The Lancaster bomber was the equivalent of the Boeing B17, which was used by the United States forces, but it had heavier payload capacity and it took a lot more. Here we go with startup. Just about to finish giving you guys a little bit of info on the plane, and then they fired up the engines. So I'm going to continue on just below the runway, and we're going to catch the takeoff. So the Lancaster was known for its heavy bomb capacity, and they were known for using bombs that were up to 20,000 pounds, which they called 10-ton Tessie. And what the bombs would do is penetrate whatever concrete, because Hitler had a lot of concrete structures and bunkers and stuff, and they would use them to penetrate the bunkers first, and then there was a timer delay, and the timer delay would blow up the bomb once the bomb has penetrated the structure. The Lancaster was also used in the bombing campaigns against Germany from 1943 on to 1945. The Americans were bombing by day with the B-17s, and the Lancaster bombers were doing the night raids. At first, the Lancasters were taking a lot of heavy fire because they were not escorted by any fighters once they reached into Germany. But once they got onto the mainland during D-Day, then they were able to fly right to Germany. And they also had the assistance of the P-51 Mustang American fighter planes, which had increased capabilities, high power, high maneuverability, and extra fuel tanks to help them carry the distance. The Lancaster bomber and the B-17s They destroyed the cities of Hamburg, Dresden, and Cologne. Although there's many World War II planes that are still flight capable, with the Avro Lancaster, there's only 2 that fly in the whole world, and one of them is in Britain, and then we have this one right here in Hamilton, Ontario. The Lancaster had a crew of 7. It was the pilot, the engineer, the bomb aimer / nose gunner, the wireless operator, the mid, rear, and upper gunners. The Lancaster was powered with 4 Rolls-Royce Merlin piston engines that were liquid cooled and produced 1,380 horsepower each. Its maximum speed was nearly 500 kilometers an hour, or about 300 miles an hour, and its takeoff capacity was 68,000 pounds. Not only did the bomber serve for the Royal Air Force of England, but it also served in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Poland, the Soviet Union, Egypt, France, and Argentina. Here she comes. She's banking in a bit. She's headed to Niagara Falls to do a loop around, then over to Toronto across Lake Ontario, and then back around to Hamilton Airport. So it's basically like a triangle route that this plane is running. I believe they're doing a flyby over the airport for some of the guests there. B-25 Mitchell on its way up as well. There it is, the Avro Lancaster out of Hamilton Warplane Heritage Museum in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and all that good stuff.